Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in our tutorial today, I am going to be teaching you how to cut a six pieces skirt as in the easy way. You don't need too much calculation, you don't need to calculate and calculate, and it will give you a nice shape. Of course, you will need your tape measure, your chalk, and of course your scissors. So the all I need for my six pieces is just the length of the skirt, the knee length, and the hip measurement. I will tell you why I will need my waist measurement later. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up because it actually gives more exposure to this video. So I have a 6 yard of Ankara here, and mostly if you want to cut a six pieces skirt as in a normal one, mostly I use 2.5 for an average measurement, except the person is oversized. But at least from hip 40, from the lowest hip to, let's say, 48. Yeah, 48. I still use 2.5 for the measurements. I'm trying to look for it. Oh, I'm going to be cutting on the wrong side of the clothes. The wrong side. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. So before you know what you would fold your clothes with, I'm going to be folding the clothes in the size of the fullness I want. So how do I calculate the fullness? The first thing I do is calculate um I beg your pardon. The hip I'm using is 42. So since I'm cutting a six pieces skirt, this you can use this same method to cut as many pieces as you want. You can use to cut 8 pieces, you can use it to cut 10 pieces, 12 pieces. But I'm cutting 6 pieces. So I'm going to be dividing my hip measurement by 6 by the number of pieces you are cutting. So the hip measurement I'm using is 42. So I'm going to be dividing it by 6. So 42 divided by 6, that gives us 7. So this 7 that it gives me, I'm going to be dividing it by 2 because I'm folding my clothes into 2. This is 1 and this is 2. I'm folding my clothes into 2. So 7 divided by 2, that gives me 3.5. So I'm going to be cutting in 3.5, not like I'm going to be folding it in 3.5. So this 3.5 is the is going to be dividing them into 6 places. But for me to know the fullness, the from the waist to the hip to the knee is going to be tight, and from the knee downward is going to be free. So by that, you can easily times your 3.5. You can times it by 1.5. You can times it by 2, by 3, by 4, depending on how full you want your down part to be. All those, you can easily use this one for all this bridal. So fullness, you can extend the fullness, make it very full depending on how much fabric you have. So you don't intend to use it times 3 or times 4 and expect to cut a 6 pieces with 2.5 yard. No, you don't do that. So the more your fabric, the more bogus you want it to be. So it depends on your preference, it depends on your style. But I'm going to be cutting a regular 6 pieces. So I'm going to be doing this times 1.5. So 3.5 times 1.5. I guess that gives me like 8. I can't use calculator now. I guess that gives me by 8. But normally, I like to use 9 for my fullness. So that gives me an average measurement from 9 to 10. Even if it gives me 7.58, I use 9. You can easily use 9, 10. So if you want it extra bogus, you can use 12 to 15. But here I'm going to be using 9 for my fullness. So I'm going to be folding this clothes for 9 inches. So I'm going to look for 9 inches now and fold this for 9. So I've gotten my 9 inches. So I'm trying to like straighten it. So this is my 9 inches. So from the top part here, I actually want to use the selvage as my down part. So I'm going to be coming up a little like this. I want to use this place as a guideline for my down part. So it should be easy for me. So first and foremost, I get the length of my skirt. The length of Ankara is always 45. Some is always 44. So this is 44.75. But I'm using just 42. Yes, because I'll still for the actual measurement is 39, so I'm adding extra inches for the down part. Or I don't know if I'll be whipping it or sewing it. Let me just use 41 to be honest the first side. Yeah, this is 41. I'm sorry, let me just use 42. I'm indecisive when it comes to length. But it's better to be longer. That can easily be adjusted than for it to be shorter. So I like it very long, so it could be easy for me to actually um shorten if it's too long. So this is my length, so I'm looking for the upper part here. Sorry, my table is not that long, so I tend to like manage what I have. So this is my starting point. So this will be my starting point. So remember, our main measurement is 3.5. It is a 3.5 we actually times into 3 to get our fullness. So the logic is your hip measurement divided by the number of pieces you are cutting, which is 6. 42 divided by 6, that gives me 7. So that 7, I'm going to be dividing it by 2 because I'm folding my clothes into 2. So 7 divided by 2 gives me 3.5. So this 3.5, I'm adding it to whichever fullness I decide. It could be 1.5, could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, and so on and so forth. So after I've gotten my fullness, which I want to use 9 inches for my fullness, I folded my clothes into 9. This is into 2. So 9 and 9, that gives me 18. So I folded my clothes into 9. I folded it into 2, not into 4, into 2. So after I folded my 9, I would I'll come back from my starting point here. I'll measure my knee measurements. So the knee measurement I'll be using for this tutorial is 19. 19 is an average knee measurement, except the person is very short, which you can use like 18. For an outdoor, so I'm not talking about children. For an outdoor, so and if the person is very tall, you can easily use 21. So it is between 18, 19, 20, 21. So just be guided and try and look out for what works best for you. Try and do different design, different measurements, and you see what works best for you. So this is the knee measurement I'll be using. So from here to here, I'll be measuring 3.5. But I would need allowance to actually join the pieces together because this pieces is going to be cutting one. I'll cut it one by one until I reach 6 pieces. So this is a piece like this that I want to cut out. So it is this piece I will use to cut the remaining 5. So from the waistline here to the knee, I'm going to be measuring 3.5. So I'm going to be connecting the lines together in a straight line. So this is my 3.5. For the allowance I want to use to join everything together, I'll just add 1 inch all the way down. So that gives me enough excess. After joining them together, I'll have to shape it. So that gives me enough excess to like shape it very well. And in some cases, some don't even shape it, they just use elastic. So from here to my skirt length, this is my skirt length. I hope you didn't forget. This is my knee line. So I've measured 3.5 all the way here. And this is 1 inch allowance. So from here, I'm going to place my tape measure like this. Did you see that? So from here, it's going to the end of that 9 inches. So just going to do it straight down like so. I'm trying to get a good camera angle so you can see what I am doing. So from here, from the knee line, I'm placing my tape through like so. You see, with a straight, a slant line like so. So you connect it to the down part like so. I hope you can see very well. So I measured 3.5 from the upper part here, 3.5 up to the knee measurement, added 1 inch allowance, then slant it all the way to the skirt hem. So I'm going to be cutting right about now. So this is 6 pieces. This only is just a piece. This is only a piece. If I open it now, you see how it looks like. Can you see it? Can you see how it's looking? This place is. Can you see the shape? So I'm going to be using this one piece to cut extra 5 out. So the last one I'll be cutting, I'll be adding extra 1 inch for the zip allowance. So I'm going to be cutting 5 of this. Don't forget, make sure the edges are touching each other. It has to be the same thing. It's just like repeating what you have cut on another fabric. So it's this one piece I'm using to cut the rest of the pieces. Okay, let me just use this one to cut the back for you so you can actually see how the back is being cut. So I'm just gonna add extra 1 inch here. This is how you cut the back. Just add extra 1 inch. Make sure the down part is the same. Add 1 inch all the way to the upper part, then you cut out. But in this measurement, I'm going to be using elastic, so I'm not using zip. So I'm just cutting this everything the same way. Make sure everything is the same to avoid stories that touch the ass. So guys, set. So this is our 6 pieces. In case you are wondering that this method will waste clothes, I tell you, it doesn't waste any clothes. You can only use 2.5 inch, and even this one that I used is not even up to 2.5. It's more like 2/4. So if you are using a 2.5 I don't think that one is too much. That gives you a better shape. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are your so from here you pick it one by one and join it three for the front and three for the back. Thank you guys for joining today's video. I'll see you some other time, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and bye bye.